What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, Jammin with J Money, man. We're back. It's another day. We're still trying to get some money. It's Thursday, and we're gonna to recap the card yesterday. It's 4 games today, and we're still gonna try to find some value out here, find some winners. What's up, Jordan? Everything cool with you? How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was a good day. Felt good after kind of slowly losing money, just kind of going at or below 500 for the entirety of the week before yesterday. Ended up, even though Trey Young played, ended up cashing both my John Collins props, which felt really good. Hit the over in the first half of that Grizzlies game pretty easily last night with the Rockets. Ended up jumping on the Heat too, but was offset also by jumping on the Clippers. So ended up all very nice on day 4-2 total, and 3-0 for my plays on the show. So felt really good about that yesterday. How'd you guys end up?
Junior, everything good with you? How you doing today, bro?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. I don't really like too many of these games, but I got a little parlay going. I'm feeling a little lucky. After yesterday, the basketball gods, for once, were smiling down upon me. I mean, I haven't had a losing day this week, so it's been good overall. But I had Mavs -5; they win by 6. I had Celtics Jazz under 218; it ends at 217. I had Clippers first half, Clippers full game. Pretty sure those came, at least the first half was pretty close to. I think they won the first half by what, 5, and I had them -4.5. It was just all working for me yesterday. So just looking to cash a little. I got a little sprinkle on a parlay since I don't really like too much on this card today. But, we got a responsibility to everyone that tunes in, and we thank everyone for tuning in to break down these games. So whenever you fellas are ready to get to it.
Exactly, exactly. What's up, Teddy? Everything cool with you? I know you're ready to try to get to some money today as well.
Yeah, I got no complaints about yesterday. That Morris three in the last minute of the Clippers game against the Suns, the contested three with the shot clock winding down, that made all the difference in a game that turned out to be a sweat. But Clips, and we talked about it. You talked about it yesterday. Just because the public likes it doesn't make it a bad play. Clips found a way yesterday. We cashed out the over in Minnesota, Miami. We did not get Miami first half in that ball game. And, of course, the leans were good as well with Houston and Boston yesterday. So pretty good day overall, no complaints. And let's see if we can do it again today.
Exactly. Yeah, that was pretty crazy there, man. We know Joel Embiid got injured yesterday with a shoulder injury. Went out of there when he went back to the bench and then left again at the game. I mean, if you were real smart there, you could have hopped on Cavs there pretty early. I know right at that instance you could have hopped on them at +1.5. So, but even after that, I mean, second half, you know what I'm saying? Anything was that was +6.5, +7 at the second half when they said that Joel Embiid is not returning this game. So if you're pretty smart, I'm pretty sure you hopped on that second half there. That one was pretty easy. What the second half money line cash as well for the Cavs. So that was pretty easy there. The Knicks, they go down versus the Hornets. Man, I was on the Knicks there. I did think they was gonna get it done, even being down 10. They was down 10 at the half, and still, even there, it was one of those where they start to come back, and it's like, oh, okay, we might get it, and then now they can't. And it's crazy because that one lately, they weren't even going for threes late in that game. They just going for twos. I mean, they didn't even care. It's pretty tough, but it happens, man. It happens. The Nets, there was another one where it's they came back, and then now they got it. No, they don't got it. So you know what I'm saying? They end up losing by 4 to the Wizards there, 110-106. The Magic there was another one where the Hawks, obviously Trey Young, like he's playing, like the Hawks finna get the cash, and nope. Then the Magic just absolutely clamped down on defense on them. It was a 130-120 game. Easy over if you took the over in that spot. The Magic ended up winning by 10. The Timberwolves, man, it's crazy. I mean, there's another the Heat. I mean, they was up, and then they was kind of what they get up to about 8-9 points. I'm like, oh, okay, the Heat might cover spread. No, they're not. No, they're not even gonna win. D'Angelo Russell absolutely went off on their. I mean, that boy D'Lo kind of sort he just throw it up there and it float. If it just fall in there, it's pretty, man. I must say the Grizzlies. Never in their game. When I told you they was in an absolute tailspin. I stayed off of it, but I know we was talking about staying off the Rockets. I mean, I was saying, hey, Rockets might smack them boys up. It was a revenge spot. I mean, Grizzlies are just in the tailspin. The Mavs, man, they was smacking shit at the Spurs. Spurs come back, and there was another one. We're like, oh, okay, maybe Spurs can get it. And then five and a half, and you lose by 6, man. It happens. The Clippers, only one I didn't cash on that one was the first quarter. They came out lethargic, not playing, you know what I'm saying, not carrying that one. Ended up cashing the first half. I knew after that, I mean, obviously, if you were smart, that's another one. Clippers second half, easy. And so they end up cashing that one as well, the second half. Full game for the Clippers and the Jazz. Their woes continue, man. Whoever took the Celtics, it was pretty easy for you there with the Celtics and on the money line there. Take the L with the loss on the Jazz in the first half, man. But let's get to some money today. Jordan, you have a play on this first game. We got the Knicks versus the 76ers. Knicks on the back-to-back where they've been in a terrible spot. 76ers, no Joel Embiid. Line went back up, though, from 6.5 now for the 76ers at the house. What you got, Jordan?
Yeah, this is a tough one because of the Phillies' injuries, obviously, and both teams coming off of a games last night. It makes it probably the worst game of this 4-game card, which is unfortunate to say because I think initially you might have had some value. But once Embiid went out last night and didn't return, you pretty much knew he was not going to play tonight, and that makes this one just kind of a toss-up for me at the current price. I am not excited about betting on either of these two teams tonight, and the total has lost some of its value if you were to jump in on that under. I think some of that happened overnight, but it continued once Embiid was officially ruled out. So I think for me, I'm just going to stay away from this one and try to focus on the other 3 games.
Exactly. Yeah, I can definitely see that. So, did you have anything on this one, Junior, or was this one part of your? I'm pretty sure it's probably one of your parlays. Sixers, what? Sixers on the money line parlay, Junior.
No, I don't like this spot for the Sixers for a couple of different reasons. No Joel Embiid, no Ben Simmons. What does that team look like? I don't know. Am I going to pretend that I know how to handicap that version of the Sixers? Maybe Al Horford might actually look good now that he doesn't have to contend with Joel Embiid in his way. That being said, the near future is not looking good for the 76ers. So if they're ever going to get a win, it better be tonight. They just lost to the Cavs, and their next 2 games are Sunday against the Clippers in LA, and then Tuesday against the Lakers. Yikes.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I know the Knicks, they 1-6 ATS last 7 in Philly, and they're 0-3-1 ATS last 4 games on the back-to-back. The Knicks are. Could be a case where they, you know what I'm saying, look ahead to this one and could get it done without those 2 stars. But we know Philly a real strong home team and off a loss. I mean, it's no look for me on this one. What you got, Teddy?
If I'm playing, I'm laying. All right. I mean, when we think about the concepts here, about the 76ers, they're off another bad road loss. They've been great at home. They're without their 2 best players, which frees up a whole bunch of shots and a whole bunch of minutes for guys that don't get a whole bunch of shots and minutes. We see this happen all the time in the NBA. The superstar sits, the rest of the team steps up. The Knicks are what they are. They're a bottom feeder team on the second of back-to-backs on the road against a playoff squad. Maybe they hang around, maybe they hit a couple of shots, but do I expect the Knicks to be able to win this game? I do not. So you say, hey, here's Philly 6.5. All right. They don't have Simmons. They don't have Embiid. They're still the better team even without those 2 guys. And from a spot standpoint, it stands out for Philly. So Sixers are a lean for me, not a play. I haven't taken any money out of my pocket yet. But, I mean, I'm seeing 6s out there now, and that's an interesting number for me. I may well get to the window with the Sixers without Simmons and Embiid laying only 6 against a bottom feeder like the Knicks.
Exactly. And where the points gonna come from, man? Total of 210 and a half at some spots, man. Where the points go? I mean, I'm not really a big total guy, but damn, you obviously without Embiid, without Simmons, who's one of the main ones that likes to push the pace on their team. Other than that, they all, you know what I'm saying, really like to slow it down. The Knicks, they don't really score a lot of points. Obviously their defense hadn't been up to par, but on the back-to-back, those shots probably won't be falling in the second half, man. It could be a little sneaky under spot, man. Like I say, no play for me on that one, though, man. We got the Blazers versus the Pacers here. The Blazers, without Dame Lillard, them boys are a whole different team, man. I must say, a whole different team. What you got, Jordan, on this one? What you think with this Pacers spot? Another smash spot for the Pacers here?
It continues to be buy low time for the Pacers, and that seems really weird to say with a spread that has now touched 10 points. But you just said it, man. Without Damian Lillard, this is almost as much, if not more, about fading the Blazers for me than it is with laying points with the Pacers here. I got them first half 5.5, full game -9.5. Without Dame Lillard, if you look at their the Blazers' offensive efficiency this year, they're down 10 points with him off the court this year, and they basically don't lose anything with him off the court defensively. So you're telling me that they're going to go into a team who's one of the top 3, top 4 defensive teams at home this year, who's motivated, who sees this part of their schedule as must win after the stretch of February that they've had and trying to go into March with a little bit of momentum. And the Blazers have kind of had the Pacers number, and they don't forget that. I remember just a couple of years ago going to a game, and I think Dame Lillard almost dropped 50 on these guys and beat them at home. This is a revenge game from early January where the Pacers or the Blazers won. Obviously, I think that game was without Brogdon, though. So now you're getting Brogdon back. You got Oladipo, who's confirmed he's going to be back tonight. This is definitely a smash spot for the Pacers. It's not a big play for me by any means. I kept it somewhat small just because it is kind of the Pacers. You can't kind of trust them right now at the beginning with, but I do think I'm buying into the buy low opportunity right now for them.
Yeah, the Blazers, this is their opportunity. Like you said, I mean, the Blazers beat them boys 5 straight times. Not only are they 5-0 ATS the last 5 games and beat them 5 straight times, man. So they didn't have the Pacers number. Maybe it's their chance to you know what I'm saying, get some revenge with. I don't even know how to that's one above quadruple revenge. I know it's like Quinn some shit, but I don't I ain't gonna we wouldn't even get to all that. Junior, what you got on this one? Pacers versus, I know this gotta be something with the little parlay, right, Junior?
Hell no. And the reason is pretty simple for me. Maybe I would live bet this. I'm actually interested just to see. I still believe in the Pacers, and I think at some point they're going to figure it out. And I kind of want to watch a little bit more of their games just to see if they can start building some chemistry. But there's no way I'm going to lay double digits with a team that's won 3 of their last 10 games only, and they've never looked right. They have not looked right for an extended period of time. And this is just one of those games. There's not really that much going on anyways tonight. Not too many interesting games. I'll be watching the Thunder game, and I'll probably tune into this one just to see if we can get a beat on the Pacers. Like Jordan said, this is buy low time for them. I'm still not in a place where I can lay double digits with them, even though they're playing against the Blazers, just because the Blazers have guys that could go off, like especially CJ McCollum. So we'll see. But this is more of a just, sit back and watch and see what kind of information I can get from this game.
Exactly. What you got, Teddy? Anything on this one?
So my lean's Indiana. I can only lay in this game, like Jordan, but I haven't pulled the trigger. I don't think I'm going to on the Pacers. And there's lots of reasons to think about fading Portland right now. Obviously, a team that made all the win now moves, and you bring in your Trevor Arizas and Carmelo Anthony's of the world, you got to win now. And instead, they're 0-5 straight up, 0-5 ATS, coming out of the break looking like garbage, can't get stops, can't score. Portland is a problematic team. They haven't won on the road since January. So it's certainly not a team I trust in. I mean, it's Indiana or pass. But I had a big buy sign in the Pacers. I don't now. And some of it's Oladipo. Oladipo hasn't looked right. He hasn't meshed. And when Junior's talking about, hey, they've lost, 7 of their last 10, even the wins, the game against the Knicks stood out to me. This is a smash spot for Indiana. And they didn't smash them, and they ended up being real lucky to cover the number. And it went back and forth across the number. They got fouled one time too many. But their offense during crunch time isn't consistent and makes me reluctant to lay this price. So lean is Pacers, but I haven't pulled the trigger. I have a question about that Sixers total real quick, because you talked about it, Jay, and then we moved on to the next game. But my thought process with Philly out, is there an over? With Embiid out, is that Philly becomes more of an over team than an under team because he's their low post rim protector. And without him, you can take it to the hole, and guys like Randall might have a big game. So the knee jerk is Embiid out, his offense bang, bet the under. But my thought with Philly's defense, Embiid out, bet the over. Simmons too. I mean, Simmons is as good a perimeter defender as the Sixers have. So they've taken away their two best defensive players and they're steaming the under. Not my money.
Yeah, I don't. Me personally, I think the totals are so damn volatile. I mean, because if the Knicks, I mean, sometimes he just don't care. Randall ain't going off if they don't care. I mean, back to back spot boys. I mean, you always have to remember these $1 million players. Shit, sometimes them boys, all right, we'll go out there and play. I go out there shoot a couple jump shots real quick, man. I'm finna go. I got a date tonight, man. I got a different day every night. We'll get. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just bullshitting around. But one thing I did have to say about this Blazers and Pacers spot, and I mean, you think it's a Pacers smash spot, and you would think they want to get some revenge or something. I mean, Lillard's out. The Blazers and beat these boys the last 9 times out of their past 10 games. You know what I'm saying? There's 9-1 straight up against them, and 9-1 ATS the last 10 times versus the Pacers. I mean, they don't have Dame Lillard, but Stotts knows some of them boys. Hey, he knows some how to keep up with them. I don't know, man. I'm staying all the way off, but maybe this their chance to step their foot on. What's up?
I was just going to say real quick to just point out, if I understand the sentiment of not wanting to lay points here, I was thinking about something that Junior said this morning. That he says basically every time we talk about Portland is that their front court is straight trash, and outside of Hassan Whiteside, like how do they slow down a Domantas Sabonis tonight? If you get good odds on his props, that may be another one to look at if you think this one stays close, just because he's going to absolutely destroy and emasculate Carmelo Anthony tonight, and it's going to not even be close. So that's another kind of the thing that if you are looking towards Indiana smashing them tonight, I think there's other avenues to make money off this game other than just the big point spread.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, hey, I can't say Whiteside. He hadn't been too much of a push show. I know earlier in the year I gave him a lot of slack. You know what I'm saying? He was pushing, but lately he has shown some production. But like I say, man, I don't have a feel for it. I'm not forcing to play on this. So, man, hey, it's what I always tell people. If you want to force to play on something, you can go right ahead, my guy. Me, with my money, I mean, hey, if I really like something, I'll go in on it, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I can come out the law saying, you know what? I like this shit, and I would take it in that same spot again. That's just me, though. Let's get to the next one. Kings versus OKC, man. OKC are laying 6.5 here at the house, man. And boys playing around with the Bulls there. I don't know what's up with OKC at any time, man. The boys can look in theory, how they're supposed to look, but other times they look much better than they, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, than they actually are. We know they're a great home team. The Kings, they've been balling out. Foxy got a little injury. He's gonna play here. He has a little banged up though with a shoulder injury. We know they've been playing well as well. You know what I'm saying? Lately, past 3 games, the Kings and covered. Teddy, what you like in this game?
Okay, this is my one bet today that's in my pocket. I put Sacramento +7 in pocket this morning. It's mostly 6.5 now, although you can shop around and still find 7s out there. Multiple factors obviously in play here. Let's start with the OKC side of the equation. All right. The Thunder as favorites of 6.5 or less, and as underdogs. All right, so when they're laying, whether dogs or they're short chalk, 37-12 ATS this season. That's incredible. You don't see a 50-game span, where teams are going 75% ATS, and that's what's happened for OKC this season. But there's one role that they failed, and they failed over and over again. Bigger chalk. 7 or higher, I got them 1-8 ATS. And I remember the one they just bombed. It was one of those games where the Hawks didn't play any defense, and OKC was just bombing threes. Sacramento's playing defense right now. They've won 3 straight. They've won 5 out of 7. They've been winning on the road. The quotes are bet on all the way. Darren Fox, I think we're playing well on both sides of the ball. We've been able to get stops when we needed them. We're playing our best basketball of the season. Kent Bazemore. It's a sink or swim moment. You see it every year. Some team gets hot and make it interesting at the end. We have some lofty goals, and we have the group to get it done. The quotes coming out of Sacramento right now are positive quotes. They're winning games on the road. Hell, they won 5 of their last 7 on the highway in straight-up fashion. +7 in pocket, even at 6.5. I wouldn't talk anyone out of it. I like the Kings to hang tough. And, yeah, I got a little sprinkle on the money line here.
The sprinkle. Love the sprinkle.
little sprinkle on that. What's up, Junior? I like what Junior do it too, man. What's up? I don't think Junior liked that.
Uh-oh.
Did I
No,
steal
no,
his
no.
What's
bet?
up?
I don't got OKC full game because of what Teddy said. Um, I've been putting a lot of money in OKC in the last, I would say, probably 8 to 12 weeks, and every time I blindly bet them on a big number, not only do they not cover that number, they don't even come close. That being said, I do got a little from up top on the first half -3.5 though. I think that this is a team. If you just watch and play, which I do a lot, just because I put obviously you got money on a team, you're gonna watch and play just to see what your investment's looking like. They always play hard. Effort is not really their problem. Their problem is that their offense can just go freezing cold at any given moment. That being said, I think that because they always come out with a decent effort, they'll do that in the first half here. Probably run out of steam in the second half, not because of any other reason, but they're going to have at least one eyeball on that matchup with Milwaukee tomorrow. There's just no way around that. I'm very interested to see what that price is going to be, considering that the Thunder are by far the best road team ATS in the NBA. But as far as tonight, just a little something. I don't like today's card too much, so I decided to I don't like Salt Bay's name, but a little Salt Bay action on this 2-team parlay.
Yeah, I got you there. A little, he say so, little. No, I like the J Money Sprinkle better. Fuck that. I don't like that
I don't
Salt
listen,
Bay.
Jay. I don't
He was
like
kind of on
any
some
name that's
he was
called
kind of on some
another
fruity
dude
shit or
Bay.
something,
I'm
man.
not with
You,
you know what I mean? I'm just not with the calling other
yeah,
dudes Bay. That's just me.
yeah. Nah, Junior makes a good point there. Well, if you do like the Kings here, that's definitely that's a whole nother angle there added to the, you know what I'm saying, and a little method to the madness there. Could be a look ahead spot to the Bucks tomorrow if you like the Kings there. Jordan, what's your look on this game? Little first half, first half under, first quarter under, Jordan.
The unders were calling my name, but I haven't done anything with them just yet. I will say this before I break down this game, that if the Kings do win this game for Teddy tonight, I want to hear zero Luke Walton slander the rest of the year from you two, Jay and Junior, because he's got this team playing pretty well
No,
right
the
now.
slander, Jordan. I don't mind to cut you off this time. I'm gonna let you finish, but I don't. The slander is always gonna be there. It's one thing with the coaching; it's the players. The players are out there balling.
Oh, the
It's
players are
not, you know what
good,
I'm
yeah.
saying. Sometimes you have to give the coach the credit. Sometimes you get a player. The players out there are some ballers. Anybody, I could go out there and coach them boys up and tell them, hey, look, Buddy Hill, hey, you know what, Buddy Hill, I'm gonna move you to. No, all right, moving him to the bench. You know what I'm saying? Okay, then maybe, and he got assistant coaches too. They could have been in his ear. It's not Luke. Well, I don't care. Nobody say, man. I'm not giving them no credit, Jordan. I'm sorry. Let me let you finish.
No, you're good. I don't think it's much of Luke Walton either. You're right. It's just the players coming to play. Like I think Teddy said, it was, I can't remember who he said made that quote about them playing their best basketball, but I mean they kind of know it, and they kind of know that they're just meshing right now, and they're doing it without their starting front court in Rashawn Holmes and Marvin Bagley, which makes it even more impressive as well. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm going to stay away from this game. I was with Junior. The first thing when I did look at this game was I really wanted to look at OKC in the first quarter and the first half, but OKC just hasn't been playing well in first quarters lately, so I just can't trust them at that half number, even chasing steam. But yeah, I mean, if I did have a lean on this game, I think I'd go with the unders, just simply because the pace of this game is going to be extremely slow. OKC already plays really slow, and the Kings, we know, is one of the slower paced teams in the league at times. The defense concerns me a little bit, just with neither team playing great on that end of the basketball right now. But so that's probably what's going to keep me from betting it at this point. But I will say that if you do like the under, it seems to be heading in that direction. So jump on it now, because it's probably just going to continue.
Exactly. Yeah, the Kings, it could be the right side here. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm taking it light today, man. I mean, it's not for me being pissed. Yes, honestly, I mean, even me looking at it yesterday, and when I'm pissed like that, I usually try to come and find a little banger, which I did. We'll talk about this last game real quick, but last thing I had to say about this Kings spot, the Kings are 7-3 ATS last 10 meetings. They are 4-0 ATS in the last 4 in the OKC. One thing that did scare me is when because I remember I was all over. I mean, well, I mean, and that said something there as well. Teddy was all over it as well. When we was on OKC versus Sacramento, and they beat them 120 to 100 on January 29th. Obviously, the first meeting this season in Sacramento, the Kings beat them 94-93. Obviously, they still had Holmes there. They still had a reason. They're still a little different team there, but still, the Kings they've been in great form here lately. Like I say, the OKC, they could come in here and smash them. I mean, I do think that they're the better team. They showed it. They're going to smack them by 20 in their house. The Kings weren't playing bad then, but it's tough here. It could if they don't have a look ahead spot, the Kings could. I mean, the OKC could smash them. But if they do, I mean, they're sprinkled there on the money line. They could. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot going on there. Don't like that Fox's shoulders kind of messing with them there, but we'll see here. Like I said, if you can get the 7 there, the Kings might not be a bad spot. I want to know what's going up in this Lakers game, man, because I mean I wrote this game up at my time Central at 11:30. I know I started doing it really like 9 o'clock, so I'm seeing 13s. I see a 13.5 out there a bit online. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We know that LeBron is out. It just goes down from 14.5 to 13.5. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this 13 gonna be there tomorrow for sure. I wake up in the morning, it's 10s. You know what I'm saying? Them 13's gone. I'm talking about it didn't go. It didn't go from 12.5, 12, 11, 11. You know, it went straight down. Like it. Is AD out or something? Somebody has to know something here, in my opinion, because I'm telling you, these 13s they were out for hours, even after LeBron being announced out. Something has to be going on. Jordan, what you think is going on in this spot?
I mean, what I think is going on is I think that the Warriors are actually going to try to be competitive in this game because they know it's a rivalry, and the Lakers have basically announced with LeBron being out that they have no desire to be, to take this game completely seriously. This could have been a baked in, LeBron may not even be hurt. This may just be a baked in rest game because they don't like Golden State and they don't like the bourgeoisie in San Francisco, so to speak. And we're not going to give you the pleasure of seeing LeBron James tonight. So I wouldn't surprise me if there's some more shenanigans tonight. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm just staying away from this game entirely. But don't be surprised if the Warriors come to play tonight. Draymond Green got a little rest game last week. He's coming back, and now he doesn't have to guard LeBron. So I mean, I'm not faulting anyone for taking points here with the Warriors, but it's definitely not going to be me doing it because, it's the Warriors. Let's be completely clear here. Let's be honest with ourselves here about this game. If AD's playing and everybody else in the Lakers other than LeBron's not playing, they could still easily destroy this team by 20 plus points. So not something I'm getting involved in whatsoever with tonight.
Junior, what you got in this one? What's up? As part of the parlay in this one, Junior?
Yeah, I guess I should sprinkle with my left hand, so that's the other side of the parlay right here. Lakers minus 5.5. You're saying, Jordan, if Anthony Davis plays, I know he's probable. Anthony Davis has been probable since draft night, so I'm sick and tired of reading Anthony Davis being probable. He's playing. He's going to drop 40 plus, 20 rebounds. They can't stand the Warriors. Warriors can't stand them. You're definitely right about that. I just think that's as far as the Warriors are concerned, they're still in that spot where Teddy's been talking about for the last week or so. As related to them and the Wolves, where if you want to beat them, you're going to beat them. I think that kind of, I'm not going to say comes to an end because Steph Curry is not going to stop them from being a bad team. But at least they're going to be a decent team, a team that, especially at home, is going to have a different kind of energy. So this is opportune fading Warriors period before Steph comes back on Sunday. So I just wanted to get a little action on the first half. And again, it's not a big play because this is only the second parlay I've made on the show all season, and that's for a reason. I can't stand parlays; it's not a good investment. So it's just a little something, on a card that I don't like too much.
Exactly. Yeah, and man, look, I don't know what's going on here. I don't think that the Lakers obviously don't care about this game. Obviously, they still have players. They still have the roster to, to smack them up, even without LeBron out there. We see they just played, and the Warriors this was Andrew Wiggins' first game. They gave him everything they can handle. We only lost 125 to 120. If you guys remember that game, because I think that I was on the Lakers in the first half of that game or something. Them boys just came out bullshit. I'm gonna give you a quote from Coach Frank Vogel. He said, "We are what we are in large part of what LeBron does on a night in and night out basis. He's pretty much the starting point guard out there. The ball is in his hands. Now, I mean, they giving numbers out saying damn near LeBron might be one of the best point guards in the NBA history, man. Now he's not out there. He was in the last game. So I mean, you could say yes on TNT. The Lakers want to smack him up this time after just keeping it close, but I can tell you this: the Warriors hadn't won in 7 straight games, man. Only covered two spreads out of those 2 games. One of those covers was against his Lakers squad at the house. They didn't have Draymond Green in there. The Lakers did have LeBron. I think this is a Super Bowl type game. Like I say, I got the 13 yesterday in the first half at 7.5, but down to 10 now. I can't say it makes me think something else, man. It made me think maybe the AD gonna sit out as well in this one. At the 10, you might even start looking at the Lakers there, but I still think that I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Don't be surprised to see the Warriors mess around, win this game, man. They gonna win. Some of Curry back at practicing with them boys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all better get something going. I'm finna come back in there. You know what I'm saying? March 1st, 2nd, y'all better get to doing something. Pull this kind of start back playing. They don't keep it close, man. I say Lakers by 6. You call me crazy. I don't give a damn. I got the 13. It was hard to give it out to 10. What's up, Teddy?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk you out of it, but Golden State and Curry could be back as early as this weekend, correct? You know,
yeah, I think it's the 1st of March or whatever. Yeah,
before your key guy comes back, we're just like, all right, maybe we'll get him. It's not necessarily a bet on time for Golden State. And the bigger issue for me with the Warriors, particularly in the new venue at Oracle, there's no home court advantage there. Okay, none. The crowd support isn't what it was. It's not the same venue. They haven't shown that's the same venue. It doesn't feel like the same venue. Their performance there isn't good, and you're paying for a home court advantage that you're just not getting with the Warriors right now. You know how it is. Superstar sits. Everyone else steps up. Everyone else gets more shots. Everyone else gets more minutes. I could only, and I'm not taking the Lakers. I'm not laying this price. But I'm not stepping in front of the Lakers here either. I mean, you know, LA could be asleep for 3 quarters, down 7 going to the 4th, and still win and cover this game because that's what the Warriors are. So, especially, I mean, plus 13, plus 13.5 is a lot more wiggle. You know, it may not be that much more wiggle room, but it matters. You know, plus 10, not enough. The very worst teams, you know, the bottom 3 or 4 teams in the NBA this time of the year, unless there's bet on. You know, right now we see Cleveland, bet on. We're seeing it. Minnesota, bet on. They're playing with passion. I'm not seeing that from Golden State. I'm seeing every team that wants to beat the Warriors beating the Warriors by how much they want to. But again, the price isn't right. I'll pass.
I'm gonna tell you something. I have seen that. I have seen some feisty play from the Warriors. It wasn't in the last game versus the Kings, and they don't get up for every game. But I'll put it like this. I watched that last game versus the Lakers. I did watch that, and they got up for it, and they was on the Lakers' ass. They was with LeBron out there, which he was kind of bullshit out there. He still was 2 points, 2 assists away from a triple double in that game. You know what I'm saying? No, 2 rebounds away from a triple double. Had 22 points, 11 assists there. So I mean, them boys, like I say, this is the Warriors Super Bowl, and hey, I mean, obviously they could go out there and get blown out, but they don't have many more meaningful games this year. They're not going to the playoffs, but on a national TV game, they would like to say that they beat the Lakers, man. That's the only thing I'm saying. And for it to go from 13 or 12.5 down to 10, either somebody knows someone will know, or somebody went and smacked it. I'm talking about like 2.5 point line move just like that. It doesn't just happen. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's seeing the same thing I'm seeing during the write up last night. Like, what the hell? This 13 better not be here tomorrow. I know my local books, if it was at 13, they gonna have it at 14. Man, I was probably finna go and smack them boys, man. But hey, it happens, man. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get on that one real nice like I wanted to, but on the first half, 7.5. I definitely think they come in the first half and play, but in the second half they could get waxed by the Lakers. I could definitely see it, but I could also see the Warriors once again keeping it close. You know what I'm saying? If not having a shot to win this game, like I said, I had Lakers win this game by 6. That was with LeBron, and now he's not playing. We'll see. Now, obviously, Lakers are a deep team. Anybody else can step up, but at the 10, I was still wouldn't talk anybody off taking the Warriors 10 and a half here at the house, home dog. I would. First half as well, man. I wouldn't talk you off, but you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I'm liking today. Did the write up on this. I'm going to post it right after the show. Teddy, you want to break them off or tell them about their game that you had today and where we can find you? I know we don't have you tomorrow, Teddy, so is there anything you was looking towards tomorrow as well?
So the one game that I bet today is Sacramento plus the 7. I wouldn't argue about 6.5. I got a little bit of money line in my pocket. I lean Indiana. I doubt I get to the window with them. Anything I like for tomorrow? I'll tell you my numbers and my short list. But the short, at this stage of the process for me, I've got half the game circled. We don't even have numbers up for tomorrow, but my number is Brooklyn, Atlanta. Pick them at that number. I'll be looking at Brooklyn. I'm interested maybe in riding Cleveland against New Orleans tomorrow. We'll see how the Kings do tonight. If they win for me tonight, I might take it tomorrow in Sacramento. In Memphis. I'm interested in the Heat off of that loss. And I know I'm not going to lay with Utah tomorrow night against Washington, so the Wizards might be worth a look. The Jazz remain a team to fade. Follow me on Twitter at Teddy_covers, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we might be on some shit tomorrow. Yeah, Teddy, there's some real nice looks there. Junior, my guy, recap him with that parlay, my guy. Junior gonna be back with us tomorrow, man. Right? No, Junior gonna be back here.
Yeah, I'll be here for sure. First half parlay, 2-teamer, Thunder minus 3.5, Lakers minus 5.5. And I'll just start off by saying I do not make parlays official plays on the show. I made one today, so. You fellas out there, be wise with your money. If you're gonna touch it, just a little something, a little sprinkle. Just keep your beak wet.
Keep your beak wet. This guy here, Jordan, recap what your plays, my guy.
I got the Pacers tonight. First half full game. Looking for big games from those the boys downtown at Baker's Life Fieldhouse tonight. And I'm gonna look into this Lakers game a little bit. So you guys just talking about it. I don't know, Junior. How many points and rebounds you say Anthony Davis is gonna have? 40 and 20 tonight. His points, rebounds, assists total is at 44.5. So if he does that tonight, Junior may convince you with his confidence on that alone right now. But
I'm not
Indiana's the only official
because he might not even care about this game. So.
That's
they don't.
Too. Like it's really
they don't give a damn about this game, Junior. You know that.
Yeah, no.
He ain't.
I don't want Jordan spending money on that at all.
Junior, you know damn well that LeBron probably ain't hurt. Oh, my groin hurt. Oh, I'm gonna sit back, sip my wine today. We're gonna see if he's even at the game. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna sit back and sip my wine. We're gonna sit. That's just the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Hey, you go out there and get enough. Go get 20-30, sit down, and we're gonna get this win by 5. Like what you say the other day, Junior, was did you say Giannis, was he throwing that game or something? He sat down with, hey, because I thought about the same thing. LeBron said, I'm not even gonna do none of that. I'm just not gonna play at all, and we're gonna let the Warriors go. Somebody I don't care, bro. And it's crazy because it's not. I don't have a I'm not going big on them, but I really think somebody knows something with this shit, man. Because I don't see stuff like that happen without any other major news, man. It's not just because LeBron was out. That shit was out for like 3 hours, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Draymond, knowing that he was probable for this game, all that was known yesterday, way before. If I knew it, I know other people know it, man. I know. You know what I'm saying? Teddy in Vegas. I know he know, but hey, anything can happen, man. Like I said, Lakers can still go and smack them out. It's on TNT. We'll see, man. We're going to try to get some money today. We'll definitely be back tomorrow, man. Full card tomorrow, man. We're going to try to get some cheddar. And even on this small card, we had, almost 600 people watching, man. So we appreciate y'all. Y'all hit the like button, man. We had, like 400 some likes to say. Let's get 400 again today, man. 500 if y'all can. Goes a long way. Bucks kind of gave me yesterday, man, but they just borrowed it, man, because I'm getting it back. I guarantee you that. I'm getting it back. Leche, hey, those bookmakers.